If the world hates you, just remember that it has hated me first. If you belong to the world, then the world would love you as its own. But I chose you from this world, and you do not belong to it. That is why the world hates you. Whoever hates me, hates my Father also. They would not have been guilty of sin if I had not done among them the things that no one else has done. As it is, they have seen what I did, and they hate both me and my Father. They hated me for no reason at all.
And we are live. We are live. How we doing, chat? How we doing? Welcome back, everybody. Glad to see everyone here. Beautiful day, beautiful morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. Chat, let me know, how do we sound? Is the audio good? Am I too loud? Am I too quiet? Let me know, chat. Let me know how we doing. I wish everyone a beautiful morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. God bless everyone here. Glory to Christ Jesus. Glory be to the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, the triune God, the only true God. Beautiful day today, chat. We are here to discuss pretty much anything, guys. Anything. You guys know throughout the streams, you know, whether it's chapter reaction or it's short summary spoilers or it's long summary spoilers or pretty much like any kind of stream we have, you guys know that we tend to go a little bit off topic, right? We tend to start talking about different countries. We talk about the degeneracy plaguing the world. We talk about the celestials. We talk about all types of things. We've been talking about Charlie Kirk. You know, we go on tangents. We have these discussions and these debates regarding different things in the world. So I found that it would be great to dedicate this open mic stream, you know, given that there's a break week, this open mic stream to, you know, just kind of just let the horses loose, if you will. Just, you know, no limits, just we all come through and we all discuss whatever it is. This will be the stream for it, you know. When we go through like chapter reactions and we go through, you know, similar or spoiler discussions and stuff like that, you know, people tend to prefer that we stick to One Piece, right? Stick to the spoilers. So this is what this stream's for. We're just gonna come through and talk about whatever. I would prefer if you guys joined in voice. Please, guys, consider joining the stream in voice. What you guys should do, or what you guys can do, guys, is in the video description right now, there's a link. I think I typed join stream here or something like that. Look in the video description. There's a link for anyone to join the voice call. Anyone can join. But if you guys are not able to join the voice, then I suppose you guys could be in the text chat, although that isn't really preferred, you know. So I invite everyone here to join the voice call. It'll be a lot easier for us to talk back and forth, you know, because I mean, we've all been there, right? Chat. Everyone here uses the internet. We all type messages and posts and stuff like that. You guys know, like, having to sit there and type is a bit annoying when you want to go back and forth with people, you know. So shout out to King J, Mr. Wingway. God bless you. You are awesome, brother. Thank you so much for the Superman. Let's start with that. First topic sent in DMs. Check it, brother. All right, awesome. And yeah, chat, I'm glad to see everyone here. L, God bless you, brother. I'm glad to see you here. RBBP, God bless, man. Marcel, God bless. Eric, God bless. RBBP, I think I said it twice. God bless you, bro. Viswa, Jesus is him. Jesus is more than him. Jesus is the true God. God bless you, Viswa. Thank you for being here, brother. Zedeko, welcome back, King. God bless you. Eric, welcome back, King. God bless you, man. Vincent, what's going on, bro? God bless you. Smokey, God bless you, man. I'm glad to see you. Cold Kick, God bless you, bro. I'm glad to see you here. Everyone here, Will of Dreams, God bless you, bro. Dawn of Ascension, of course. God bless you. Thank you. Ewok, God bless, bro. How you doing, man? God is great. God is amazing. Sway Shocks, God bless you, bro. I'm glad to see you. Lone Sigma, God bless you. I think that should be about everybody, but thank you so much, King J, for the super chat. Let's get straight into it. Oh boy, I don't hold on. I already see what this is. Yo, I'm not trying to get smited by YouTube. I don't even know if I can place this audio. Right? I don't know if I could even enable the audio. I think YouTube will immediately know what the audio is and they'll flag it. Ah, man. Am I able to put this? I don't know if I'm able to put this on. Okay, chat, you guys know we got to talk in between the lines here to be safe and stuff like that. I'll read what the video is saying. All right, chat, you guys just read in between the lines here, okay? What did Zebek do to the fishmen in God Valley, right? It's widely reported that Zebek's ideology was built on hatred for non-Buccaneers. But were fishermen people actually treated bad by God Valley? In the 1936 God Valley Olympics, fisherman American athlete Jesse Owens became a legend in his autobiography, and he received big cheers for his career from the God Valley audience. Hitler didn't snub Jesse Owens. Zebek didn't snub Jesse Owens, right? He greeted Jesse Owens with a smile, right? But yet, the Marine president, Monkey D. Garb, right? He ignored Owens. He didn't even send him a telegram. I've seen this before. Basically, the people of God Valley praised Jesse Owens. Shoot. Oops. I guess you guys can kind of read in between the lines here. Thank you so much, King J, for this super chat. Essentially, brother, is we see in One Piece that people with power can push out narratives and push out beliefs, and susceptible people, even Christians weak in their faith, will still gobble it up, and they'll still eat this goy slop, right? People don't want to take the time to go look up documentation, go look up history revision on their own accord. It is much easier for people to just eat whatever they're being fed, right? We're all children, right? You know how when you're a child, when you're a kid, when you're a baby, when you're like 4 years old, bro, you're not choosing what you eat. It's your parents largely. Your parents are the ones going to fast food drive-thrus. They're the ones going to Walmart, and they're giving you this food. You as a 4-year-old, what are you going to do? Google Gaga, right? But guess what? Most adults are still babies. Most adults are still children because they're still eating what the government and what private institutions, even public institutions, are feeding them, right? So what are people being fed largely? The idea that everything about Roxy Zebek and the God Valley incident was pure evil and don't question it, right? The people essentially want to tell you, bro, like Roxy Zebek, he hated the Lunarians. Look at what Roxy Zebek did to the Lunarians. But then when you take the time, right, you take the time to go read the poneglyphs. You take the time to go over there to O'Hara, the Tree of Knowledge. When you take the time to go over there to Egghead, Punk Records, and you start looking at the facts, and then you ask yourself, hey, wait a second, Roxy Zebek actually preached the opposite of what you're telling me he believed. Wait a second, Roxy Zebek, he wanted to protect his country from the celestial dragons. What's wrong with that? You end up finding all of these lies over and over and over, this evil manipulation delivered to your lap, delivered right onto your plate from Satan himself. And what do we do? What do we do? King J, what do we do? What do people do when Satan himself comes down and he puts food on the plate? What do people do? They grab the fork and they grab the spoon and they eat. They eat till their heart's content, till they become obese. They just repeatedly eat these garbage lies. Then they get afraid. That's another aspect. Oh, The aspect of being afraid, the aspect of fear. Because once you read a poneglyph, right, and then you're like, hey, man, I have a question about God Valley, man. I have a question. Why? Like, you're telling me that 6 million celestial dragons just they got evaporated. But how come when we look at the Red Line Association, again, if you guys have ball knowledge, if you guys look at the Red Line Association, who did a census for celestial dragons in the New World, wait a second, they went from, I think, was it 15.1 million or something like that before God Valley, and then post God Valley, it was 15.7 million. That doesn't make any sense. Then when you ask these questions, what happens, King J? What happens? The Marines come after you. Oh, hey, Amuni. You're Amuni. Let me get this straight, Amuni. Let me get this straight. Where'd he go? I saw him in chat. I saw that boy in chat. Where'd he go? I saw that boy in chat. You know what happens? You ask them, hey, bro, listen, man, I am not for people being slaughtered, bro. I would never support that. Murder is wrong. I love Nika, right? I would never support that. I just have a genuine question. Why is it that the Red Line Association had a census of celestial dragons right before God Valley and right after God Valley, and it does not reflect that 6 million celestial dragons disappeared? What do? All the bots, all the drones come out of the woodworks. Oh, so basically what you're saying to Mooney is you hate celestials and you want them all to die. So people get afraid. People get afraid. They don't want to talk about this. Bro, at this point, why would people even want to talk about this? You talk about God Valley and Zebek. You go through the revisionism, right? You try to have conversations with people. Then you got to deal with 1,000 angry DMs. You got to deal with probably losing your job. You got to deal with all these problems. All of these problems when you know in the pit of your stomach it's not true. Once you go through and do the research, you think for yourself, you stop eating this propaganda from Marijoa, right? And you start looking at the evidence for what it is. You go see if they actually dug in the ground to find celestial dragon bones. They don't. And when people go to excavation sites, when people use ground penetrating radar over there in the remains of God Valley, what happens? Nothing's underground. But we're going to go back in this endless circle, because when you ask people about the Simuni, what happens? Oh, you support Zebek. You must love Zebek. Oh, so therefore you hate celestial dragons. You don't deserve to have a job. You're the worst person in the world. You hate celestial dragons. That's the trash that we're being fed, and it's literally from the Antichrist. It is from the devil himself. King J with the 5 gifted. Thank you so much, brother. Young King Wingway. Can we get some Wingways in the chat? Thank you so much, bro. Thank you, Young King. Honestly, chat, one of these days, I might just switch to Rumble, bro. Because let me tell you something. If I start streaming One Piece on Rumble, hey, all bets are off, dude. I am going full uncensored. But here's the thing. I need you guys to understand something, right? I believe in the Catholic Church. I believe Jesus Christ is God. I believe in the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, the triune God, the only true God. I know for a fact Christ Jesus is true. I know for a fact he's truly present in the Eucharist, which is crazy because I haven't even received the Eucharist yet. But I know it for a fact that he's present. So with that being said, as much as I hold certain beliefs and I say certain things, and maybe even sometimes I want to say certain things, chat, I'm not going against my faith. I'm not going against God. I'm not going to go against Christ. Okay. So I never want people to get this misunderstanding of me. Maybe people don't even realize I'm on the road to being Catholic. Maybe they don't get that. Which, by the way, if anyone wants to debate the Catholic Church, I dare you to join the mic. Join the open mic right now. I never want you guys to get it misconstrued, right? Well, I'll talk about Roxy Zebek. I'll talk about God Valley and how it's filled with lies from mainstream media and stuff like that. But I am not crossing the line when it comes to the faith. That's what they attack most out of anything. L, God bless, bro. It's insane how quickly we are losing our First Amendment rights lately. Yeah, it's pretty awful. Roxy Zebek is wrong because he killed people. I think he just killed one person, right? An admiral. Goat J. He gifted himself? No way one of the memberships went back to him. Release the God Valley files. Dude, I'm telling you, they're not releasing the God Valley files, dude. They're not releasing the God Valley files. Why don't people understand this? I've already shown. Oh, man, dude. I wonder if I can play this video right now, dude. I posted this video. I made this video so long ago, right? And people are now finally coming around to this. They should have realized this a long time ago. I don't know if I'm allowed to put it on stream. Soldier of Faith. Hey, that's actually fire. That's actually heat. Where did that thing go? Where that message go about release of God Valley files? They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. President Doflamingo loves celestial dragons. Celestial dragons, they have a homeland, an ethno-state. It's called Marijoa. What do they do in Marijoa? They blaspheme Nika. They deny Nika. That's what they do. What is the point of Marijoa? Can anyone tell me? Someone please, I beg, I plead. What is the point of Marijoa? To have an ethno-state, a home state for the celestial dragons, the people that reject Nika. That's the point of Marijoa. Okay, now let's investigate Marijoa. They have an intelligence agency, right? They have an intelligence agency called Cypher Pol. And Cypher Pol loves pulling the strings behind the scenes, grabbing weapons, manipulating wars, infiltrating Marineford, right? What happened with the God Valley files? It's simple. Cypher Pol, the Holy Knights, had a lot of dirt on Marineford. They had a lot of dirt. Saint Epstein, come on now. Saint Epstein was in Cypher Pol. He was in the Holy Knights, Saint Epstein. He went and he got dirt on most of the people at the Reverie. That's exactly what happened. He got dirt on them, right? A lot of other celestial dragons are involved in that too. They love that type of stuff. So what makes you think President Doflamingo... What makes you think that President Doflamingo is going to release those files? And even if he himself has nothing to do with it, he can't do it. Dude, the Celestial Dragons have President Doflamingo in a chokehold. Bro is getting choked out. He can't do anything against the Celestial Dragons. What a joke. What a joke. See, is this going to be like the entry point for people? Is that what it's going to be? Maybe it has been for a lot of people. Maybe Maybe Saint Epstein is the entry point for people realizing the world we live in. If anyone wants to join the open mic, guys, look in the video description. I have a link. It should be like the first link in the video description. It should say join chat here or something. But yeah, this whole idea that the God Valley files, maybe it's because Doflamingo's in them. Dude, that's not the point. The point is that people need to realize is that Marijoa has Dressrosa, Marijoa has Marineford in a chokehold. They're not going to release the God Valley files. Why don't people comprehend this? I want to get more people backstage, guys. Again, if you guys want to ask me anything, if you guys want to debate me on anything, religion, the Catholic Church, One Piece, World War II, whatever. If you guys want to ask me anything, debate me about any topic, the link to join is in the video description, okay? We're going to pull up people here soon. Okay, I think I might actually... Dude, YouTube is just so lame. Hold on, let me check really quick. Because I posted something about that a while ago on my other channel, but I don't recall if it got taken down. Man, King J, you're sending some gold right now, but see, this is why I have my gripes with YouTube. Yeah, so essentially, chat, what King J is sending me in DMs is, the Celestial Dragons over there in Marijoa, they have this legendary book that all their great theologians came up, right? After they killed Nika, they wrote this book. It's called the Talmud. Now, if you haven't read the Talmud, please don't. I mean, maybe you should, but I mean, don't. It is the most horrific, disgusting book you could ever imagine, made by the very people that reject Nika, chat. The very people that reject Nika, the very people that reject Joy Boy, wrote the Talmud. Now, what does the Talmud say? Why am I making such a big deal about it? Why am I going on and on and on? What does the Talmud say? You could go fact check this yourself. I literally did it myself a long time ago, probably like 2 years ago at this point. The Talmud says many horrific things, and the Talmud is a part of the law in the religion of the celestial dragons. Oh my goodness. Even Marijoa gets a lot of their laws from the Talmud. Oh my goodness. What does the Talmud say? It is permissible to deceive the fishmen. Deceive people? It's permissible? Celestials must always try to deceive the D-clan. What else does it say? Celestials must destroy the books of the D-clan and the poneglyphs. Really? Joy Boy is in hell being boiled in poop. Wow. Wow. Extermination of the D-clan is a necessary sacrifice. These are the kinds of things that this book says. And what do we have here? People that are not in the true church that Christ established, embracing these antichrist heretical group. I mean, it's completely awful. The true church of Christ Jesus would never embrace that trash. Never. So, as I said before, I've said this multiple times, guys. If anyone here wants to debate me on religion, if anyone wants to debate me on Christianity, if anyone wants to debate me on the Catholic Church, I dare anyone here to join the open mic. The video link, the stream link, the join link is right there in the video description. I invite anybody, please. I beg you guys, join the open mic. All right, we're going to have to split this up because we do have a few people in the open mic. So I'm going to try to give everyone an equal amount of time. And we also need to make sure that I don't miss any super chats and stuff like that. Abigna, God bless, bro. All right, let's pull up our first guest.
Yo.
It's good, bro.
How's it going, my friend?
It's going great. What about you, man?
Another day, another dollar. I can't complain.
Let's
Another
go.
day, God put life in this body.
Let's go. Let's go.
Plus, it's Saturday. Today's my off day.
Oh, nice. What do you work like 6 days a week?
No, I work 5 days a week from home, but on the 6th day, I work out. And I keep myself busy.
Come on.
Time with family and stuff, but I leave 1 day a week to myself to do whatever I want.
Come on, Smokey. We know why you work from home, man. You're one of the you're a supplier.
Yeah, I be networking. We got supplies down in Mexico right now.
Man said in Mexico.
We trying to get a plug with the China White. You feel me?
Oh no. All right, bro. I love chopping it up with you. I want to just spend a lot of time with people in the voice chat, but I find it can be a little difficult when there's multiple people in the call. Like bro. Like we've done open mics with one person at a time. We've done open mics with like 3 at a time. I think I want to try 1 at a time. So I'm gonna try to give everyone like equal amount of time.
I like that idea. I think so, I definitely think that's what you should do on these streams. Like at first, go up 1 at a time. Cover all the bases, and then at the end, pull in everybody together, and then we can just fit. That would be my idea, but obviously,
right.
It's whatever way you want to play it.
Hey, real quick, membership from L, 22 months. God bless you, bro. If there's any Celestial here, please go on VC. Peak. Yo, I dare any Celestial, please, anyone that and specifically out of all the top and Smokey, I'll let you go in a second, so you could give me
No,
your
go ahead.
take. But specifically out of any topic, I would beg any viewer, I would beg the chat, please, someone come debate me on the Catholic Church. Please. Please. I am so pumped. I am so amped to defend that. So, yeah, Smokey, what is it you want to share with us today, brother? I'm curious.
All right. So I was thinking about this, and Tekken, the OG Tekken, he kind of did the math on it. And I want to know what you guys think about a potential hunting game happening in the Oikot Kingdom, where Nami's from.
Oh.
Everybody's always speculating on Nami having a special backstory, whether it's nobility, celestial dragon lineage, slave lineage, something about her is special. So I was wondering what you think, because the math is that the hunting games happens every 3 years, and supposedly the math lines up.
This is slightly off topic, but King J did bring it up to me that Bellamere carrying the two girls is kind of like a similar vibe to Dragon carrying Shamrock and Shanks. Shout out to King J for that.
Yep. I've seen that too. I saw him talking about that as well. That's another reason why I brought it up.
So a hunting game. Well, I mean, I'm curious, like, what was Oikot to begin with? Like, was it home to a certain tribe or what?
I'm not so sure about a tribe. What I think about this is I think the timeline is presenting a theory. However, we don't have the full information yet. It's like a baby theory in its infancy that has been around for a while.
Baby theory in its infancy.
we need something special about Oikot Kingdom. We need special people there. We need resources, just like God Valley. You know what I mean? We could have a potential fugitive Davy clan member living there.
Yeah. You said a baby clan member?
A Davy.
Oh, Davy clan member. I mean,
so this theory, I think it has a little bit of legs to it, simply because I think the timeline will match up. Like, how old is Nami? Is she 20?
I think Nami's 21.
21 post time skip, right? So 17 pre time skip.
20 post time skip.
Okay. So, like, every 3 years, 17 years ago, she would have been born. I do think just because God Valley was a catastrophe, the celestial dragons didn't stop their bullshit. You feel me? So the timeline matches up and it lends itself to a baby theory. But we need more information. Like, I can't give you any more than that one.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. Like, that is a fun thought. I do like that. I'm not opposed to it. It's just like, in particular with this theory, we just need some more juice. We need some more information, because with Oikot, it's just like so vague at the moment. And with Nami, we always have to wonder, like, why does she have like these I don't know if we can even say inherent. Why does she have these inherent powers regarding, weather and navigating and stuff like that? Yeah. That's always raised a big flag in my mind. So perhaps there's something there with her lineage or with her upbringing. But in regards to Oikot, it feels annoying that Oda hasn't gave us anything.
I agree. And so let me just add a little bit of spice to that. Like, I totally agree with you. Nami has this uncanny ability to predict weather. And yes, the simple explanation would be to chalk up her ability as a navigator in the way she understands weather when she was studying was it Witheria? Yeah, Witheria. That's where she was in the time skip, during the time skip. But I would prefer better if it was like Future Sight. We need Nami. We need every single crew member to step their shit up. Because let's be honest, Luffy is carrying the Straw Hats. I don't care how much you like Zoro. I don't care how much you like Sanji. I don't care how much you like Jinbei. Even Robin. You all can see in my profile picture Robin's supremacy, specifically the cowboy picture. But these Straw Hats have to step it the fuck up, bro.
Yeah. I don't think Oda did the Straw Hats justice post time skip.
Oh man, I can't hear you right now, Three. I'm gonna jump back in and then pull me back in and see if it's up with that. Like you've gone mute.
All right, Smokey's glitching out. Let's pull him back up. John Sherrod, God bless, man. God bless you, bro. Eli, God bless. I'm glad to see you both here. I'm gonna try to give everyone in the voice call equal time. If you guys want to debate me on anything, One Piece, religion, the Catholic Church, Charlie Kirk, World War II, USA, Israel, whatever you guys want to ask me about and debate me on, please join the voice call. The link is in the video description. All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly now.
All right,
yeah,
cool.
For some reason, because I'm using a phone and a headset, for some reason, it'll kick you to mute every now and then, and I'll have to leave and join back.
Oh,
but other than that, everything's working pretty good on my end. But anyways, as you were saying,
yeah, I don't think Oda did the Straw Hats post time skip justice. Now, don't get me wrong. There's certain aspects about pre time skip that are very, very strong. You know, this feeling, this theme of magic and not knowing what's coming up next. You know, post time skip has this its own strengths, you know, developing characters and their character arcs from the pre-time skip, establishing a course for readers to follow along, you know, in terms of taking down the emperors and stuff like that. Like pre-time skip, post-time skip, they definitely have their strengths and their weaknesses.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but all I was going to say is post-time skip validates a lot of pre-time skip theories. So the way I would word it is post-time skip is great because it confirms so much of what we've already theorized.
100%.
I mean, so many of us were talking about Joy Boy. So many of us were, I mean, I went on Reddit the other day, man, and I found a Konseki Gecko Moria theory from back in the day, way before it just got confirmed. So pre-time skip was beautiful in so many ways.
It's just like when we look at post-time skip, one of the downsides, one of the flaws, in my opinion, one of the errors Oda made is putting too much emphasis on Sanji. I think that's an error. I think that's where Oda failed, because when he was willing to give Sanji all of this shine and all of this focus in the post time skip, it's going to take away from the rest of the Straw Hats. The rest of the post time skip is already filled with all these arcs, all these supporting characters. We have other factions now, like Cross Guild. We had development with Sanji or with Sabo and the Revolutionary Army. We're obviously going to develop the world government and the Gorosei, the now Holy Knights, another whole faction. Oda is not able to juggle all of these things outside the Straw Hats. So when you turn to the Straw Hats, Oda put too much time and emphasis on Sanji, therefore making the rest of the Straw Hats lack and making them pretty much freeze in time. They're not able to grow in their character arc. They're not able to inch their way towards their respective dreams, stuff like that. So I think the reason why we don't see character development from Frankie, Brooke, Nami, Robin, you name it, is simply because Oda put too much time and dedication into Sanji.
Okay, so I agree with that. My rebuttal question would be, okay, I've got a few things. So my first rebuttal question would be, I agree with you, but then you would have so many people being dissatisfied with the Mr. Prince angle with Sanji, and you know, them pulling out that, what was it, a children's tale, I guess is what he called it, you know, when they met Nolan Blanc's Cricket, the ancestor. And he pulled that up and he said, "Oh, I'm from the North Blue, and that's a childhood story from the North Blue." So yes, I agree with you. I agree that in principle, and I also agree with your opinion, but I'm saying in principle just because I can think of some counter arguments. However, I don't agree with them. that he focused on Sanji too much. My thing is if he really wanted to focus on another Straw Hat's backstory, he could have done it so much better with Robin. And I know I'm biased, but here's why. He could have showed us so much more of Nico Olivia. And I know a lot of people like to say, oh, Robin is Dragon's kid, Nico Olivia's her mom, blah, blah, blah. No, I just want to see her meeting Dragon. I want to see, besides the guy that she was married, because remember, we had heard Robin's dad was also helping his mom, and he got captured and he got killed. So I want to see, like, what did she take from that, and then what happened when she met Dragon. Like, I think it would be so much better for Dragon to tie it into Nico Robin's backstory. If any Straw Hat deserves an extra backstory, I think it's Robin, it's Nami, and it's Brooke. I don't need to know. I don't need to know that Queen is Frankie's father. I don't care about that shit.
Hey, by the way, I'm hearing like this weird feedback like every few seconds. It's like almost like you're hitting numbers on the phone dial. Do you know what that
does this sound better?
Oh, that's better. Yeah, I heard everything you said.
Okay, so the phone was farther away from my face. That's what it was.
Okay, so my to re-clarify, right? I am not opposed necessarily to Sanji's backstory. And I do believe that Oda growing Sanji's character arc was done very well. I understand your points with Jaya arc with Cricket, how Sanji was mentioning that the story was well known in the West Blue. And I do obviously agree that it was implemented well within the Whole Cake Island arc. Then when we turn to Little Garden, we see how Sanji's called Mr. Prince, and then that comes full circle. My argument isn't that Sanji's character development within the post time skip is done poorly. My argument is that Oda's not able to juggle all of these things in the post time skip because of an emphasis on Sanji. So that's my critique. Because
I agree with that.
When we look outside of the Straw Hats, Oda would have to still be in Wano or something. Maybe not even in Wano. For all the other characters in the Straw Hats to be developed, because even
can I interject for a second here?
Go ahead.
Because I do agree with what you're saying, and I want to stop your momentum. The only spicy detail I wanted to drop in is Oda has fully admitted with Wano he rushed the end of Wano because of Film Red. He wanted Shanks to appear, and that's why Wano ended so badly. That's why we didn't see Zoro go see Ryuma. That's why we didn't get none of the shit we wanted.
Yeah, I agree.
All because of Tory pushing a movie. So you're right, Eddie. Like, inevitably, Oda is not going to be able to balance anything. But the one thing I will say to Oda's positive, or the plus side, is he's handled the Holy Knights very well.
Yeah, the Holy Knights have been great. When we talk about the emphasis on Sanji, though, I don't think Oda should be taking away from the supporting characters in their given arc, except for maybe Wano would be excluded from that, because if Oda's gonna go into arcs like Dressrosa and Fishman Island and Egghead, Oda should be having supporting arcs.
Wait. Sorry, Threeble, didn't mean to interrupt you again since RBP's in the chat cracking jokes. Listen, brother, my mic is a Bose mic. We're talking $500 here, okay, brother? The phone is just away from my face.
Now, dude.
You said I got an Xbox 360 mic. What are we in? What are we in? 2006? You know what, RBP? Get your ass in here when I'm in here.
He won't join.
He's scared.
So with One Piece, right? Again, my problem isn't that Sanji was done poorly or anything like that. I think Oda did a great job developing Sanji and his character arc, but I don't think he should retract from supporting characters within respective arcs, because if that happened, then each arc wouldn't be as they wouldn't be as good. It wouldn't be as immersive. We needed to see Rebecca and Kiros and Riku and characters like that in Dressrosa. We needed to see Vegapunk and, you know, his different versions of himself or whatever in Egghead Island. So the reason why I pointed Sanji is because we do know, we all should be able to agree that Sanji has gotten a lot of stage time, a lot of the spotlight within the post time skip. And like, because of that, the other Straw Hats don't or didn't have enough time to be developed by Oda. So again, because I saw people in the chat saying that I hate Sanji. It's not that his character arc is done bad. It's not even that I hate Sanji. But if Oda was going to keep all the supporting characters within the post time skip arcs the same, then we would either have to go very, very far back in time, or remove parts of Sanji's backstory and make it shorter, remove parts of his upbringing, parts of his character arc. Otherwise, we have to deal with not having enough development of the rest of the Straw Hats. And I don't think that's worth the trade-off. I think all of the Straw Hats should have been growing, especially because now we're getting closer and closer to the 4th road poneglyph. Chat, we're running out of time.
I agree. And it especially, like, everything you just said is what I think about when it comes to their dreams. Like, Chopper, what are you doing to get closer to your dream? You couldn't even help the people of Wano. They're over there laughing their asses off as their friends are dropping like flies. And when it comes to Usopp's dream, what are you doing with Usopp? Like, this was supposed to be a Usopp arc. And Sanji and Brook have completely taken over this arc. And you could argue Robin as well, with her fight with Summers.
I'm listening. This was supposed to be Usopp's arc. I mean, how long have people been saying, even in pre-time skip, that, wait, watch when we go to Elbaf, it's going to be Usopp's arc.
I really thought we were going to get the David and Goliath parallel here. I really thought Usopp was going to be David, man. I really did. Now I think he's going to be useless until he inherits his father's gun.
Okay.
I seriously do.
Okay, I'm very far behind on chats, and we have a super, but King J wants me to read the super chat while you're here before we go on to the next guest.
I didn't even see that.
Okay, so King J, thank you so much, brother. God bless. Thank you for the 200. King J said, Zabek said, the fruit reaches its potential. I think you meant, oh, wait, no, sorry. King J said, Zabek said the fruit reaches its potential only if Harold eats it. So we know Loki ate it. Other fruit could be the fruit Dragon ate, and Zabek's prophecy comes true when Dragon and Loki aid Luffy to beat Emu.
So, wait, is King J saying that the fruit that we've been theorizing that Dragon ate, Harold ate instead? Which would completely change Dragon's fruit?
Well, no. Well, yes, I guess, because remember Loki or Zabek, he talked about 2 fruits.
Yes.
So I guess yes. Dragon had the second one, and then the first one that Zabek mentioned was in Elbaf was what Loki ate. So Loki and Dragon have those fruits, and they're going to team up together.
Yeah. So, you think Loki and Dragon are going to team up?
Yeah, that's what he believes. I mean, I think that's
here's what I've always thought, and hear me out. Even though we're getting redeeming qualities about Loki, and also I want to speak about this on just the agenda memes, so I'm going to have a little fun with this when it comes to agenda. Yeah, listen. I like Blackbeard. I've always liked Blackbeard. He is very quickly climbing up into my top 7 characters right now. But the one thing I want to remind people is Blackbeard is not his father. He has no redeeming qualities like his father. So I've seen a lot of people crying at little Blackbeard's picture. But let me remind you, Blackbeard saw everything that happened at God Valley, then took over Hachinosu, and keep slaves. That's in the manga. There are slaves kept on Hachinosu. Blackbeard is in the slave trade. How are you going to be a slave? How are you going to be a Davy Clan member and have slaves? That's all I'm going to say. By the way, RBP, you can call me RMLP, the real Mugiwara no Luffy propagandist.
All right, bro. It's been good chopping it up with you. I want you to stay here. Stay in the backstage in case we run out of guests, and I'll pull you back in, bro.
Sounds good. I'll be here. I'll be watching.
God bless. God bless. Thank you, bro.
God bless you, brother. Take.
All right, awesome. Young Smokey cooking once again. Let's go through. I want to make sure I have all the super chats done. Then we're gonna move on to the next guest. Shout out to Smokey. He's such a great guy, by the way. Smokey's such a great guy. Abigna says, how do you think the Davidic covenant and the new covenant, I think, do you mean Davidic or do you mean old covenant? How do you think the Davidic covenant and the new covenant are going to play out in One Piece? Do you think there's going to be parallels to other covenants too? I think what you mean, I don't want to tell you what you're saying, but I think what you mean to ask is, how do I think the old covenant and new covenant are going to play in One Piece? Now, I of course believe that Oda's taking major inspiration from Christianity. I just don't know to what degree sometimes. In terms of the Davidic covenant, right? David was the king of Israel, and Jesus Christ is the son of David. Jesus Christ is that fulfillment. He is the true leader of Israel. He is the true king of Israel. Essentially, David is like a precursor. He is like a foreshadowing to Jesus Christ. So, I mean, I guess possibly it could be the case that Joy Boy was King David, and then maybe Luffy is Jesus. Although I don't know if that would necessarily work, because it depends on how deep you want to go into the Christianity. Because the whole thing about Jesus Christ is that we know he existed 2,000 years ago, right? And he was crucified, he resurrected, and appeared amongst at least 500 people. The thing is that when Jesus ascended into heaven, Saint John, Apostle John, had a vision of Jesus Christ, and they had a whole conversation, and John saw things, right? This is what the book of Revelation is about. In those visions, in that conversation with Jesus Christ, is basically that Jesus is going to come back to judge the living and the dead. So now let's add that to One Piece. What we would be saying is that Joy Boy was the original arrival of Jesus Christ, and by coming back, it's Luffy. So that's pretty much how I would perceive it to be. Thank you. That's a great question. As well as the idea that through the New Testament, right, through Christianity, we believe that the Antichrist is essentially ruling the world, or he will come and he will rule the world until Christ comes back to take down the Antichrist. So when you look at the attributes and how the Antichrist is treated and spoken of, a lot of people can point to Emu being inspired by Christianity's Antichrist. I hope that answers your question. Thank you so much, brother. Comparing One Piece to Christianity doesn't work. There's more than one God in One Piece. No, it still could work. And by the way, when Christianity, because if you read the Bible, you'll see the term gods. That would require a whole different essay to explain. It's basically demons. It's these figures that people are treating as gods. People believe them to be gods and rulers of certain parts of reality, when in reality, they're not actual gods. So you'll see like lowercase g, O-D-S. You'll see that in the Bible. But that's a whole separate thing. Young Smokey with the 200. Dude. Young Smokey, we don't deserve you, bro. I don't deserve you. Chat, can we get some Wong Wokies? Guys, I've been telling you for a while, I'm going on a vacation. I'm going on a trip to Japan for the first time, right? And it's actually going to be this week. I've been waiting months to go. This week, chat, I'm taking a flight. I'm going to Japan. I need every penny, chat. I'm about to I'm about to blow through my whole bank account pretty much. Just going to spend an enormous, gargantuan amount of money. Thank you so much, Smokey. Thank you, brother. God bless you, man. He says, always a pleasure to talk, chat. I hope everyone is having a blessed day. Love y'all. And thank God I am still alive to read One Piece. Beautiful. Beautiful. We thank God for the endless gifts and blessings he hands down to us and supplies amongst each and every single day of our lives. Thank you, God. Thank you, Christ Jesus, always blessing us and giving us more than what we need and more than what we deserve. Thank you so much, Smokey. You are a true king. Thank you, bro. Bro, make sure you do the Mario Kart street racing. Are you talking about the arcade game, bro? Or are you talking about actual street racing? Everyone can be God / have God in them. I think that's taken out of context tremendously when people outside of Christianity try to use that. We also need to take into context who he was speaking to and what the culture was like. But I do agree everyone can have God in them because the Holy Spirit is God, and we can have the Holy Spirit within us. Bro, don't forget to go to the maid cafes. Yeah, I'm not interested in that, dude. I'm not interested in that. That's actually sad that those exist. Gin Marks, God bless. Thank you. All right. Young Smokey with another 5. Thank you so much, man. Yo, make sure you go to Nintendo Land in Japan. Yo, guys, I'm going to try my best to do some streams while I'm out in Japan. So this is why you guys need to hit the notification bell on YouTube. I might randomly go live out the blue. So hit the noti bell on YouTube. But if anything, guys, I'm going to be posting a lot of my travels on Instagram and probably Twitter. So you guys should follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. I'm going to post a lot of pictures, a lot of videos. I'm going to many different places. I am going to Nintendo Land. If you're referencing Universal Studios Japan, they have like the Nintendo World and Universal Studios in Japan. I'm going to go there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. We even have the express pass so we can just skip the queue and go to the front of the line for a few of the rides. You guys should definitely follow me on social media so you could see, what I'm going through. Thank you so much, Smokey. God bless you. That's what you meant. Thank you tremendously for the super chats and donos, man. I'm so amped, guys. This week, I can't wait to go. I've never been to Japan before. I'm amped. We're going to have a lot of Wagyu beef, some delicious A5 Wagyu. We're going to have some Kobe beef. We're going to have some real Japanese sushi, some real Japanese ramen. And if you guys know about that Japan 7-Eleven, we're going to be hitting that Japan 7-Eleven. And this is all thanks to Dawn of Ascension, chat. We should get some ones in chat. Dawn of Ascension did like 99% of the planning for this vacation, chat. So I would greatly appreciate if you guys drop some love in the chat. Shout out to Dawn of Ascension. Shout out to Juan of Wascension. However you say it. Thank you so much, Dawn. Planning the trip. It's going to be immaculate. I am so excited. I can't wait. N.O. Welcome back, brother. God bless you. How do you be a guest? Guys, anyone can join. Simon, by the way, welcome back, brother. God bless you. Anyone can join the open mic. There is a link in the video description, chat. Look in the video description of the stream. There's a link. It should say join the chat here or join the stream here or something like that. It should be the first link in the video description. Okay, guys? Let's pull up our next guest. I believe we're caught up on super chats. If you guys really need a question or a debate answered or something, guys, your best bet is to join the open mic. It's free. You guys don't have to pay anything. Otherwise, try to drop it in the stream chat. But as you guys see, there's a lot of messages rolling through. So maybe super chat the message or the debate topic. All right, let's pull in Terrence. Terrence, welcome in, bro.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, so I'm gonna talk about Emu and him being a demon. We watched film Red, the whole thing with Top Musica.
I did watch film Red, but it's hazy in my memory. I only watched it once,
Yeah, I feel you. Well, Oda, obviously that movie isn't canon. But Oda, he went in an interview and he did talk about what top musical was, like the fear and disparity of man taking form. And he also said that top musica's creation was related to the creation of devil fruits, right? So even though top musica isn't canon, something of his nature, something akin to him, is supposed to be canon. So I was thinking, like, obviously we're going to be introduced to a demon king of some sorts. I think Emu is that demon king. Demon king. And, some people think that it's just a devil fruit, but I don't think so. I think he's an actual demon, a demon king at that.
Yeah, I 1000% agree. I agree with every fiber of my being. I 100% agree. There's a lot of clues leading to this. All of the Gorsei using star symbology. We see how Emu is like this unspoken ruler. One of the greatest sayings humans have ever developed and created was the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. I am certain that Oda knows that phrase and that he implemented that into One Piece. So therefore, I believe like that would be supporting evidence. Well, I mean, it's not the strongest, but that would be supporting evidence for Emu being the devil, being the demon king. We also see Emu through the vessel that is Gunko use black magic. We see how they pull out a star in the ground and out of the ground. They create demons and monsters. They're using a magical book, which, by the way, that book looks like another book from real life. That book in real life is called The Lesser Keys of Solomon, which has to do with deals with the devil, black magic, and stuff like that. I think it makes a lot of sense for Emu to be a demon. Also, if I'm not mistaken, Emu in his confrontation with Sabo in chapter 1085, 1086, Emu had some kind of tail. This usual common depiction that we see of the devil in media. That spiky tail.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, and with all of this emphasis on gods of One Piece and the sun god, I think that there should be a demon, there should be a devil king. Exactly what you said. I have threads about this on Twitter. I have multiple threads explaining why Emu is literally, and when I say literally, I mean literally. Emu is literally the devil. Emu is literally Satan. But right now I can't remember those argumentations or the argumentation off the top of my head. So I love your take, and I'm curious to hear what else you have to say about it.
Yeah, because also there's another thing, like I think I mentioned this once before, but there's the saying caught between a rock and a hard place, and there's other versions of that saying, like there's caught between Scylla and Charybdis. That's an old Greek one, but the one I'm talking about specifically is an old Mediterranean one that they said that sailors and pirates used to say is caught between the devil and the deep blue sea.
Yeah.
And it's all this emphasis, and we got devil fruits, you got the sea, they're weak to the sea, and now we got Emu, who's totally a demon, a devil. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of parallels to that little saying right there.
Yeah, and we also see Zoro likes to use Ashura. In Hinduism and Buddhism, the Ashuras are demons. And this should be fact-checked by any Hindu or maybe Indians in chat that might know a lot about Hindu because of Indian culture. Fact-check this in the chat, guys. Ashura in Hinduism and Buddhism is known to have demons. And if I'm not mistaken, they even have demon kings. So there's already this open door, if you will, for demons and demon kings in One Piece.
I will say this though, like TLPT top, they are still under the impression that what's going on with Emu is the devil fruit. I will say this to their benefit: it seems that Emu is like the counter, like the antithesis to Nika. Like Nika's all about freedom and happiness. It seems like Emu is all about suppression and control. And obviously what Luffy has is the devil fruit. So it's like, okay, why would Emu not have the devil fruit? But here's the thing: whereas there's been multiple people with the Nika fruit. There was Joy Boy in ancient times. Now there's Luffy now, and then there's also an evil enemy to them, like obviously Blackbeard's father, Zebek, was Roger's enemy. Blackbeard is Luffy's enemy, and I believe Davy Jones was Joy Boy's enemy. Enemy. There's only been one emu this whole time, and I don't think on one hand you would just have multiple people who's eating this fruit for the Nika, but for some reason only one person is eating this fruit for whatever emu is. No, I think he's beyond. He's an actual devil, and it seems to me like even really with this flashback, it seems to me like emu is almost being built as the ultimate evil, even beyond Blackbeard and Zebek. And then people are theorizing that he might turn Zebek into a demon, and there's definitely some little hints to that might happen. That might be what's happening.
Yeah, you raise good points. I was actually talking to King J about that exact thing earlier. I mentioned that it's probably, I mean, it's possible. I don't know how I worded it, but I'll say it this way. I think it's possible that Zebek did get Domi reversied by Emu, and King J posited that it probably isn't likely because Hockey can overpower devil fruits, and Zebek most likely had powerful Hockey. But then my rebuttal to that was we don't know for certain if the Domi Reversi and Emu's powers that we see through the vessel of Gunko comes from a devil fruit in the first place. So if Emu's powers from Domi Reversi and the black magic and stuff like that is a new power system exclusive to Emu because Emu is the devil, then maybe the Hockey wouldn't even be able to stop it because of the, I don't know, maybe like a black magic or like some kind of dark ritual that Emu does.
I mean, it's also possible that it still could also be Hockey, but like I actually theorize that it's almost like a demon's Hockey, like a demonic form of Hockey.
Yeah. Young Smokey wanted me to read the super chat while you were here. God bless you. Thank you so much, Smokey. He said, ask Terrence why I can't see him lying down. That might not be Terrence, LOL.
Well, you said you wanted a voice call, and right now I'm actually not laying down. I'm actually sitting in a chair. So.
Oh, man, we miss watching you lay down looking like you're about to fall asleep.
Good to see you, Smokey. Good to hear from you, Smokey.
God bless you, Smokey. Here, let's read King J's super chat while we're at it, and then I'll hear your input from it. He said, God bless you, King J. He says, I'm RRZP, real Roronoa Zoro propagandist. Check DMs. Let me see. Okay, I'll get your take on this, if you don't mind, Terrence. Tinfoil idea. Mihawk had a bad past with the Marines. What did he do now? He gave bounties to Marines. I think Marijoa is in flames is something so crazy. Some people think it's Dragon attacking them, and others think it's Blackbeard attacking them. I have a third option. Blackbeard is doing the craziest revenge ever in One Piece. What if Blackbeard is organizing a rabbit hunt contest within Marijoa? Akainu is 10,000 points. The Gorosei are 20,000 points. The Holy Knights are 15,000 points. The Celestial Dragons are 10,000 points. And the Marines are 1,000 points.
Wow, that's interesting. I mean, I didn't think about it like that. I mean, I guess it's possible, but I don't necessarily think so. I think it's most likely Dragon, but that would be interesting. Because obviously he was captured as a child, so obviously it makes sense that he would want revenge. But at the same time, I would like to think that Blackbeard is either on his way to Fishman Island or Wano, getting one of the ancient weapons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Ever since Wano ended, I said I actually think Luffy could beat Blackbeard right now. And I don't even think Luffy's done with his development. I don't think we've seen Luffy get as strong as he's going to be. I think he's going to get even stronger. I actually think he could beat Blackbeard right now. That's why I think, and I've been saying, like, yeah, right now, Blackbeard 2 is not at as strong as he's going to be. He's also going to get a power-up or something. But now that we know that Caribou is on his way to Blackbeard, and he's going to tell him about 2 of the ancient weapons, he might not get like a personal power up per se, but it's like maybe his power up is going to be the ancient weapons. That's what's going to be the threat. But once Luffy gets past that, he's going to handle Blackbeard. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree with you on multiple fronts. You made a lot of great points that I agree with. It would be, and King J, it would be very interesting to see Blackbeard do to Marijoa exactly what happened to him in his homeland of God Valley. That would be very thematic, very poetic in a way. Although it's evil, right? But it would be very I don't know, I guess just thematic, right? To see him do the same thing. I also think it'd be pretty interesting because right now we see on Elbaf that they're launching another hunting game. So how ironic would it be if on Marijoa there's a hunting game as well? 2 hunting games at the same time to parallel Elbaf. I think that'd be really interesting. Terrence, you also mentioned that you don't think Luffy and Blackbeard are at their peak right now. I also agree 100%. I don't think within the Wano, I don't think within the Elbaf arc that Luffy and Blackbeard are going to fight. I don't think it takes place this arc. So if it takes place at a later arc, then you pretty much have to agree that right now Luffy and Blackbeard are not equal to. Right now, Luffy and Blackbeard's strength are not equal to what their strength will be when they do eventually fight. Their strength will only grow. You also mentioned Blackbeard's plans of possibly going to Wano and Fishman Island. I also agree with you 100%. You know, that whole development throughout the post-time skip of Caribou eavesdropping, listening to the Straw Hats and Luffy and Robin in regards to where the ancient weapons are located is finally coming full circle when he links up with Blackbeard in Aked Island. And, you know, he's willing to divulge information to Blackbeard. I think Blackbeard should and will advantage of the ancient weapons. So if that's the case, then it makes no sense that at least his crewmates, maybe not him, possibly him, but at least his crewmates would make their way to the ancient weapons, which would necessitate them going to Wano or Fishman Island.
It would definitely build. It would definitely build more tension more animosity from Luffy to Blackbeard, that he would capture one of his friends from Fishman Island and also wreck another one of his friends' countries in Wano. You know what I mean? Especially, you know, it makes sense with the Wano. At least, even if he doesn't get necessarily go to Fishman Island and get Poseidon, I think he's definitely going to Wano and getting Pluton, especially with the whole wall structure, whatever you want to call it, with protecting Wano. You know, obviously he has to quake fruit, one good quake, and that whole thing comes down.
Yeah. I also do. I've always played with this idea in my head that Luffy has Poseidon, Blackbeard has Pluton from Wano, given that he might go to Wano, and then Uranus is in the hands of the world government. So then you have 3 opposing factions, none of those 3 being aligned, fighting with ancient weapons. And also, I think it'd be rather cool. This is just an opinion, but it'd be pretty cool to see Blackbeard use an ancient weapon like Pluton against the Straw Hats, not only because an ancient weapon would be launched against the Straw Hats, but more so because we haven't seen enough or anything from Pluton.
For sure. We've seen only a little bit of what Poseidon can do. We've seen what Uranus can do, but yeah, we haven't seen nothing of Pluton. So to me, they're saving Pluton. Pluton might actually be the most powerful one. Who knows?
All right, brother. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think that'll be it, man.
All right. Bless you, man. Thank you for being here. You can stay backstage if you want to hop back in later if we have extra time.
All right, bro.
All right. Take care, brother.
You too.
I think all the ancient weapons will end up helping Luffy. Yeah, of course. I think most fans would come to that conclusion, but it's more so when we talk about, Uranus or Pluton opposing Luffy and Co. It's kind of before that happens. Because right now, I think we've had discussions and open mic about this before, but I think right now it seems to be the case that Uranus is under the hands of the world government. I think it makes most sense that Uranus is being used by the world government right now. And it is the hands of the world government. Oops. I think it's most sense that it was Uranus used to destroy Lelucia. And actually, chat, I'm going to make a poll right now. Was it Uranus that destroyed Lelucia? I'm going to make a poll for it right now. To all of you that are watching the stream, vote on the poll right now. I'm curious to see what you guys think. I think it makes most sense that Uranus was finally able to be used by the world government, let alone by anyone, because of Vegapunk's imperfected version of Mother Flame. I mean, Uranus comes from the Greek and Roman god of the sky, and Uranus, this big, this big floating thing, floating above Lelucia, destroyed an entire island, a whole country, and left a gaping hole in the earth. That seems like the weapon of like a god. That seems like the weapon of an ancient, an ancient weapon. That seems like the power of an ancient weapon. Then we had Ivankov literally hypothesized that it's an ancient weapon. I think that also would be supporting evidence. So everyone that's watching the stream, drop a like on the stream, subscribe if you're new, hit the noti bell so you don't miss future streams, and vote on the poll. The poll's in the stream chat right now. Do you believe that Uranus destroyed Lucia, or do you believe it was something else? Also, you have the mural in Elbaf. 1138, we see the Elbaf mural, right? On the far right, we see a ship flying in the sky, zapping lightning, right? Notice how when NL had Arc Maxim, wait a second, that was only pre-time skip 2 years ago, and he barely had built it. Remember, he was enacting his whole plan of having a survival game, a hunting game, like God Valley, right? NL had a hunting game. He finally finished Arc Maxim, and he was riding it in the sky, zapping holes, and that was a direct parallel to how Lelucia was destroyed. If you guys go through Skypia's arc in the manga, and you look at how NL was sitting on the arc, and there was lightning putting holes in the clouds, if you compare that double page towards the beginning of it and compare it to the double page of Lelucia being destroyed, it is almost 1-to-1. It is completely identical. So that supports the idea that Uranus is some kind of flying machine. Moreover, I'm going to circle back to the mural. NL barely made Arc Maxim 2 years ago. So what was that flying ship that we see in the mural? We know the mural was made during the Void Century at some point. Young Smokey with the 50 bomb. Thank you so much, brother. God bless, man. Thank you tremendously. I honestly can't thank you enough, brother. Real Mugiwara no Luffy propagandist. Real Blackbeard propagandist. Blackbeard keeps slaves and murdered a crewmate. The Temu Blackbeard and Dollar Tree Blackbeard, guys. LOL. JK. By the way, Eddie, I'm winning our bet. You ain't winning the bet, bro. I'll tell you that much. Thank you so much, man. God bless you. Thank you tremendously for the super. Yo, if I'm going to hold down any agenda in One Piece, any propaganda in One Piece, it has to be probably Sabo related. Sabo is the better ace propagandist. Sabo, the Fire King propagandist, or something like that. Then it would probably be something with Calgara, the awesome ultimate legend of Skypiea. L with the 10. I'm not reading that word, bro. I know Blank Your Rouge ain't talking. Karma will get you. Yo, I know Jack Black ain't talking. Yo, we got your Rouge for Smokey and Jack Black for L. They wanted to go on all day, all year long. Oh, bro. Yo, guys. Evil, he looks just like Charlos. Yeah, Evil is Charlos. Saint Eddie D. Charlos. Yeah, it's coming back to bite you guys in the butt now. Because L, you are the real Jack Black. And Smokey, you are the real Yarouge. So now what? Thank you so much, L. God bless you, brother. And you too, Smokey. Huge 50 bomb. Hey, what propaganda is L supporting? I know Taco Bell ain't talking at L. Yo, we're having a war. We're having a war right now. God bless. Thank you for the 10. Smokey throwing shots at L. L throwing shots at Smokey. Oh, no. Yo, this war can't end here. I'll say that much. Because let me tell you something. If I was L, I would not let Smokey talk to me like that. And if I was Smokey, I would not let L talk to me like that. That's crazy. Yo, L, if you need ammunition or funds, I got you. Smokey, if you need ammunition or funds, I got you. Let this war take place on the grounds of the stream. I'm definitely not funding and working with both sides. I'm definitely not colluding with both. Young Smokey with the 5. Thank you so much, brother. God bless. God bless you. I'd rather be your Rouge than Morley any day at Evil. I'm winning that bet. You're not winning the bet, bro. Get over it. You're not winning the bet. Just drop it. And guess what? I'm not Morley. I'll be Lucci. Screw it. I'll take the spot of Lucci. Mihawk. You know what? Mihawk and Law. Yes, sir. You're looking at Mihawk. You're looking at Law right here. God bless you, bro. And chat, 20 gifted memberships from L. If you guys received a gifted membership out of his hard-earned money, you guys need to give a thank you to L. You guys are necessitated, or you guys necessarily have to say thank you to him. Thank you. God bless you so much. Thank you so much, L. Who got memberships, man? Thank you. And Young Smokey with 11 months on the membership. Okay, Jabra. Hey, okay, Rouge. That's why Oda backseated you, bro. That's why Oda backpocketed you. We're still waiting for you to come back into the plot, Smokey. I mean, sorry, you're Rouge. Come on, what happened, bro? You jumped off the cloud of Skypea and never came back. What happened, dude? Thank you so much, Smokey. Thank you so much, L. Tremendous support from you guys. God bless you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. And everyone else watching the stream, I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. You guys keep this this platform. You guys keep this this little young ministry alive. Can't do it without you guys. Thank you so much to all you guys that watch the streams, you guys that leave likes on the streams to grow the channel, you guys that subscribe, all the new people here. Thank you guys tremendously. Let's move on to our next guest, guys. Let's move on to Jay. Yo, you there, bro?
Again.
Yo, you there, bro? Think you might be. Okay, I hear you now.
Yeah, my phone being dumb. I guess my AirPods don't.
Oh.
Man, this chat is interesting. I've been reading it for the past few minutes. Y'all are, I don't know what to say. That's.
Oh, you're cutting out, bro. You're cutting out.
Yeah.
I think it might be
I got bad
Wi-Fi.
reception. Hold on. Yeah, I'm in a different part of the building. Give me 1 second.
No problem, bro.
Now, this propaganda, listen, y'all are interesting for these takes, man. I was reading a lot of it, man. That's dog. But yeah, I got some propaganda, man. But this man Loki, bro, I'm not gonna lie. He might be my top 5 now.
He's in your top 5.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest with you, because when he first was revealed in the manga, he was so misleading because his silhouette was kind of just childish, right? But knowing older, he's a troll, right? And you know, and then I caught up in a few months, or whatever. People was telling me that Loki was.
I think you cut out, man. You said people were telling you that Loki was what? Oh, no. You there, bro? Uh-oh. Yo, chat, can you guys hear him? I don't hear him. I don't know if it's me or him. Uh-oh. Yo, Jay, you there, bro? I don't hear you.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what's up with the reception. I had to go outside, unfortunately.
Okay,
but yeah, like I said, this propaganda is insane. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Loki, he earned my vote. Loki for debate 2025. Like this man, he has damn near every single thing that fills in my blanks of being a good One Piece character. I didn't think his backstory was gonna be that like dark. Like
yeah,
you telling me his mom saw him and threw him like a piece of trash? Like, how do you? And then he gets depressed when he meets his father again. Like, bro, listen, bro, he better than me. I would have crashed out. He, he better than me. Let my mom look at me and almost vomit. Man, you.
Yeah, Loki's one of the better written characters in the post time skip. Something
And you know what's crazy? You know what's sad? Because I believe, I forgot who said it earlier about the time skip being lackluster, like how certain cast was being overshadowed by Sanji and whatnot. And then
yeah.
y'all speak about how Film Red kind of rushed everything from Wano.
Mhm.
I feel like, despite that, I'm impressed that Oda didn't rush with Loki. Like he actually put the time to actually make him interesting. So I thought he was gonna have that same issue going to Elbaf because we had so many breaks prior to Elbaf. So I assumed he was just gonna just do the Holy Knights and maybe some lore drops for Usopp because Usopp was supposed to be top one for Elbaf. Yeah, listen, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, Usopp fans. After what Dressrosa, if I'm not mistaken, where he took down Sugar, I I just wanted more from him, bro. Like, what was the point of showing him his observation hockey? He barely even uses it anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
It's kind of like
I
the
don't get
brain.
it.
Is that not like Chopper and Brain Point? What happened to that?
Don't get me started with the whole chopper. Oh my god. Oh man. Like, listen, I get Oda's a busy guy, but he could at least took some time to actually run some characters better. Like,
Yeah.
I had a debate with this one guy. He was saying that Kid was better than Loki. I'm like, bro, relax.
What?
I know you're rage baiting. You got to be rage baiting. Like he sat there and gave me a whole lecture saying that Loki copied off a Kid because he was trying to take down Shanks or whatever. And I'm just
What?
sitting there. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, I don't hate Kid because Law and Kid had basically a similar face. They both fought Yonkos. They both lost. Laws was more, you know, less frowned upon than Kid was, and Kid was just more cocky, I guess. But I don't know. People just throwing shade towards Loki. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, yo, relax. He's still a relatively new character. Let's not be doing that. Now, if we're talking about Law and Kid or whatever, cool. Y'all can have that. Um, wow. Yeah, this man Loki, he's petty. Like this man called Shanks a coward. He was just provoking Luffy while chained up. This man was getting beat on by Gunko with the arrows, and I think the swords. Then I think was it Shamrock with his Cerberus sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Loki's fruit would be top in the verse at this point because the fact that we still have what this man's fruit even is baffling to me.
Yeah, especially when you look at how Zebek spoke of the two fruits, and you said that one of them was at Elbaf. So maybe that's because I don't know. It's probably mostly about like him wanting to go to Elbaf and unite with Harold and stuff like that. But there's definitely like precedence that Loki's fruit
I
is very,
mean,
very strong.
that's true, but most of it is vague right now because there's still some plot points we're missing with between Harold and Xebec. Like we knew why they was having those confrontations, but towards the end when Harold was making sacrifices and Xebec changed his goal point, it was kind of just like, well, what was Xebec plotting for him to want to bring Harold along? You know what I mean? Like I assume Zebek was more like Blackbeard, like he was just devious and he just had bad intentions from the jump. But then I reread everything. Like, well, One Piece, it's such a propaganda type of anime and just manga because every single character spoke there from their point of view, and most of it doesn't make sense. Yes, and Goku commenting how bad God Valley was, and you had the other side. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, so what's the actual? What's like the actual story? Like, what actually really happened? And,
Yeah, I think one of
yeah.
the biggest themes in One Piece is that the world government, the powers that be, they are putting out information that they want people to believe. They are the ones that control the narrative. And when it comes down to when it comes down to researching the dark history from yourself, you realize that you're being lied to. And I believe that this is what Oda's trying to teach his readers. We're being told that such and such happened in real life. Such and such people are evil and they had all these goals and all these intentions and things like that. We're being lied to. And then what is the one thing that fans from One Piece love to regurgitate from Doflamingo is that the victors of war decide history. The winning side decides history. I've seen One Piece fans regurgitate that over and over and over and over and over. And then they'll try to like spin that into real life. But then they don't want to act like certain things in real life could fall under that. I'm looking at you, World War II. But
I mean, if we're going to get into that, One Piece is kind of just like a reflection of like actual world war problems. So y'all shouldn't be surprised about the themes and how people interpret certain things. Like that's like it's called reading comprehension for a reason. If you don't understand what Oda's trying to display, then it's kind of on you if you don't get it. You know, because you know what you're signing up for when reading this series. Just saying.
No, a lot of people know. I've talked about this recently a few times. If you look at the reading levels and the reading comprehension amongst first grade, second grade, third grade, all the way to college level, you would realize that One Piece fans, by and large, read at a second or third grade level. And I don't mean that in a rude way. That's just the facts of the matter.
I mean, no, because even if Oda had to repeat that to the fans, then y'all must be doing something wrong. That's all I'm gonna say. Because he literally told y'all it's all about reading comprehension.
Hey, Jay, I'm not even strawmanning. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm literally telling you, like, if you go and see what the reading comprehension of like a U.S. second grader.
Oh no, trust me. I be studying it. Trust me. Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah. So now that's why we got to find like-minded people. But I want to go back to what you were saying about Loki and Kid. Trying to compare Loki and Kid because of the rivalry between Shanks is just ridiculous. Like you would just be saying that like any character that parallels another character is just like a copy. Like who would actually sit there?
Not even that. But here's my thing about Loki and Kid. Do y'all forget that Kid was improvised because what was it? The Worst Generation was like a last minute thing for was for that arc. I forgot the name of it. Archipelago. Yeah, Sabaody Archipelago. If Loki was more planned out, because if you think about it, even when we was in Whole Cake, Loki was mentioned and more prominent than Kid was. And I'm not saying Kid is a bad written character because he had his flaws, but let's not forget that Loki had the same amount of hype or even more unknown, vague things about him before he became with me. Because I didn't expect him to even look like that. I thought he'd be more like a typical Viking giant type of build. But no, I was taken away. Like, this man has a whole goatee. Like, what type of giant? Like, bro, I can't. Like, he just comes off as like a unique character for so many reasons. One thing about Loki that I noticed too that people don't give him credit for, despite him being in dire situations, he isn't afraid to speak his mind. Like he never contradicts himself, not a single time.
Right. Yeah, Loki, I agree with you as well. You were saying that Loki was one of the best written characters. I mean, like I didn't expect him to have like such a depressing childhood, and like as you said, he was thrown off a tree. Loki has been spectacular, but you also mentioned like the writing behind characters in the post time skip. I find that it is very necessary for again Oda to have these intricate backstories behind the supporting characters of the respective islands, Kiros and Rebecca, Loki. It's important for Oda to do that so we could be more engaged with that island and that culture and, their people. But when it comes to the Straw Hats, how do you balance them all out when you give Sanji an entire arc and so much development in all of this? I just don't see how Oda can balance all the rest. And that's why I finger at Sanji.
Well, I think what people wanted was just like the same amount of exposure that Luffy and Sanji got to the point where they're so interested in talk about. Because I think the main problem people have with the Straw Hats is that certain characters overshadow others because they have way more screen time and way more care into their backstory, power up stuff like that. And if I'm being honest, even after all that, I feel like Oda kind of tried to do this. He tried to redeem them in Wano, like give Robin that random demon form that we didn't even think she had, for example.
Yeah, and then they
Uh,
still have to
yeah,
explain.
yeah. Like, I feel like despite Oda having like a rush schedule or like a certain tedious schedule, he can still fill in the gaps, but it probably won't be enough to satisfy everybody.
Yeah, because and like another thing that just popped in my mind is like if you wanted to say that like no, keep the supporting characters and the arcs the same, keep Sanji's backstory the same. How do you have the rest of the Straw Hats balance out the Sanji? You would have to give Robin a whole arc, Chopper a whole arc, Frankie a whole
But
arc.
that's the
Like,
thing, though. People would just hate it because think
yeah,
about it, right? I feel that's kind of valid because hear me out, right? I think that's what he wanted us to do, but instead he wanted to experiment with Yamato's arc and see how fans would take it, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Like she's not a straw hat, but yeah, she's a side character that people wanted to see more growth from. That same logic can be applied to almost every single straw hat, especially Zoro, because he was supposed to be the biggest beacon in Wano because he got Emma. He got the most growth out of everybody except for him and Sanji. But I just find it crazy that we just never got into that because what was the point? I don't want to talk too bad about Oda, but what was the point of introducing Ryuma early on, just for you to just to be lackluster with him when we actually needed more lore about him? You know what I mean?
See, no, you should do that, Jay, because we will all sit here and agree that one. Well, I assume you would agree, but that One Piece is the greatest fiction ever. One Piece is
Right.
the best manga ever. But why can't we talk about the things that we just don't like? We got to be realistic. We got to be honest.
Well,
So,
here's my thing. I feel like perfection is such a vague word because there's no such thing as perfection. Because here's my thing, right? If One Piece was perfect, people would literally look for a reason to hate it. So
right.
realistically speaking, I'd rather One Piece have its flaws than be a perfect show because then it'll be nothing relatable and indulging to talk about.
See, here's the thing, right? I agree with you, by the way. But here's the
Yeah.
thing. How do we give all the Straw Hats in post time skip the same amount of shine and the same amount of development without giving them their own arc in the post time skip? How do you do it? Because Sanji had a whole arc. Even in towards the end of Zoe, we were beginning into giving Sanji the whole spotlight. So my question is, when people in the chat are telling me that I envy Sanji, that I hate Sanji, answer the question: do you want a post time skip One Piece where all the Straw Hats had their own individual arc? We would have never got to Egghead at that rate.
Because let's be honest, y'all want to sit through 20 episodes of Chopper collecting mushrooms and for
Hold on,
medicine?
hold on. Hold on, but that goes to show that the emphasis on Sanji is way too much because if you don't do that, then you have to retract from Loki, you retract from the Holy Knights, you retract from Vegapunk, you retract from the Gorsei, you retract from all these things that are necessary for the respective arcs.
I mean, he's not wrong. Everything he said was factual, and literally, if y'all, what I'm saying, if y'all disagree with that, then my only argument with that is that Yamato is literally the best example of what could happen if the Straw has had their own arcs with the cover stories. Like even after, people liked it at first, and then after a while, people just got sick of just reading it. They just wanted it to end. I feel like the same thing could be applied to the Straw Hats, and maybe people wouldn't like it. So that's probably why Oda didn't really expand upon it too much. That's why he probably waited till one to add a little, add like a little more detail than people actually expected. At least
Yeah,
that's just my opinion from what I
no,
saw from the anime.
I agree. I'm very behind on super chats. Is there anything else you want to add, bro?
Um, I will say this just for everybody in the chat: don't be scared to have an opinion. You know what I'm saying? You can agree to disagree, but if you're gonna critique a certain character, actually have valid points. Because don't be like the guy that was arguing about Kid versus Loki, because that was insane. I figured I'd bring that up because you read comprehension is important, guys. Please have a brain. You know what I'm saying? That's all
Agreed.
I gotta add.
Have an opinion. Be honest, bro. Just be yourself,
Just be
but
authentic, bro.
reasonable.
Trust me, I will respect you more if you actually had an opinion and not just be, oh, One Piece is a perfect anime. It's not.
Is not.
It
It's
has
the
so many flaws.
One Piece is the best anime, hands down, but it's not
Oh yeah,
perfect.
of course. It's not the best. Because I was watching Naruto before I got into One Piece, and it's crazy. Oh my god! Listen, my hot takes for Naruto too. Kage was a waste of my time. Madara was a waste of a character. Black Zetsu was such a cheese pool. Like, oh my god, like Why not just let Madara die and him steal his body afterwards? Why had the filter need to overshadow him? You know what I mean? Like, what was the point of that?
Bro,
Like,
I don't even want.
And Neji, he died to a toothpick.
That's messed up. That's too.
Listen, I don't hate Naruto, but his whole character is kind of weird because how you gonna say he's supposed to be a hard work, but he's like a reincarnation of one of the strongest people, and it's like come on, it's kind of hypocritical. Like
All right.
Neji was kind of right. Hey man, agree to disagree. Hey man. They ain't gonna like that one in the chat. they ain't gonna like
All
that.
right. It was good chopping it up with you, man. I hope this
appreciate it, man.
God bless, bro. That was one of the better open mics that I've done. Jay, that guy's funny. He had some good points. I hope we get Jay back in the open mic. That guy's funny. Very interesting. Shout out to Jay. Not King Jay. Shout out to the other Jay. Thank you for being here, bro. God bless, man. We got to catch up on memberships and super chats, guys. Young Smokey with the 10. God bless, brother. Thank you tremendously, man. When I come back into the story, I'm going to lay my meat on the table and y'all going to cry. Oda saves the best for last. What?
Oh my God.
What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this, Smokey? You should be banished to the Shadow Realm for that one. Not young Smokey. Wingway with the hundo. Thank you so much, brother. God bless. I love Uranus theories because my 29-year-old self be like, Uranus jokes. Also, Zebek voluntarily let Uranus kill him to buy time for slaves to escape. What? Wait, you think Uranus was... Oh, I mean, God Valley did disappear. Maybe they used Uranus. Maybe the last little bit of fuel in Uranus eradicated God Valley. Is that what you're saying? And then they ran out of fuel, so then Vegapunk made Mother Flame. But it's actually interesting, though, King J, because I've thought about this a lot. We've talked about this on stream. It seems like Vegapunk, the only reason he made Mother Flame is because he went against the world government's back. Like, he went behind their back. And I think that that's something that we need to point out more, because I was at one point hypothesizing, could it be the case that Vegapunk was employed to make a Mother Flame? But it doesn't seem that way. In fact, he kind of says it himself. Vegapunk says that because he touched the Forbidden Sun, they want to kill him now. So it almost seems like Vegapunk made Mother Flame behind their back, and they didn't like that. But at the same time, they're like, well, we're going to use it anyways. You get what I'm saying? Which, by the way, earlier we were asking if Uranus destroyed Leloucia. And I mentioned how Ivankov said that, or hypothesized that maybe what the world government used in the sky to blow up Leloucia was an ancient weapon. Ivankov thought of that. Vegapunk himself thinks that. He said it like 3 times, and the last time was pretty firm. Thank you so much, King J. L with the 5. Hey, yo. God bless you, L. Thank you so much. That man Smokey with the most wildest super chat I've ever read. Hey, L, I don't know how you're still letting Smokey clown you like that. I would go back on. I would clap back if I were you. And Simon with the 2, the super chat, the super elements, stream elements. Thank you so much, man. With the stream elements, you guys could support me as a content creator without having YouTube take pretty much most of it, if not all of it. If you guys can use the stream elements, God bless you. Thank you so much, Simon. Check Discord general chat. Oh, no. Oh, I'm terrified. I'm terrified, chat. I'm terrified. I'm absolutely terrified. Check Discord general chat. What is this? Marijwa is your greatest ally. Good goy. Oy vey, Saint Eddie, you're the greatest. Saint Eddie D. Charlos. He put He put the nature mountain in the background. Yup, another Mari Joy classic. Fact check status true. Dude, this is an O'Hara Defender classic, man. If you guys don't follow O'Hara Defender on Instagram, if you guys don't follow O'Hara Defender on Twitter or TikTok, you're failing in life. This is actually so genius. This is hilarious. This is literally an O'Hara Defender classic. Marijoa is your greatest ally. Who is that on the right? Good Goy. They put Smokey. They put Smokey here. Oy vey, Saint Eddie, you're the greatest. Help. You should have put L here. You should put L's picture right here. Dude, that is insane. That is absolutely nuts. 71% of people think it was Uranus that destroyed Lucia, by the way. Thank you so much, Simon. You're hilarious, brother. And Smokey with the 10. Thank you, brother. God bless, man. Nothing is perfection except for God, ganja, bacon, and blank. That's my 2 cents. All right, bro. I have no comment on the matter. I have absolutely no comment on the matter. Thank you so much, brother. God is perfect, though. I will say that much. Bacon's delicious. Dude, I haven't had bacon in such a long time, man. I miss having some bacon. And L with the 2. Thank you, brother. God bless you, man. Bro, Jay got me dead with that Chopper stuff. Wait, what did he say with Chopper? I missed it. Fact check had me dead. Yeah, fact check status true. Yo, what did King Jay say about Chopper? Huh? Chopper's making mushrooms? Chopper's plucking mushrooms. What does that mean? I missed it, dude. Thank you so much, Al. God bless. All right, let's pull in another person. We're almost running out of time, chat. 1 hour and 41 minutes so far in the stream. If you guys are enjoying the stream, drop a like on the stream. Subscribe if you're new. All right, let's see if we got NO into the open mic chat. You there, bro?
Yo, hello, yo.
Yo, what's good, bro?
Yo, what's up, Evil?
It's good, man. How's it going, bro?
So you remember the 3 I told you about Rock stealing Harold's treasure?
Rocks and which treasure?
Harold's family treasure.
The devil fruit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to try to convince you that that Rocks is the one that stole Harold's treasure. Can I try to convince you?
Yeah, go for it, bro. Go for it.
All right, so beginning flashback, we know Rocks wants 2 fruits, right? A known fruit and a fruit that's Harold's treasure, right? The forbidden fruit on Elbaf that he knows where it's at. He's the only person in the story that has interest in that fruit. And we know it's stolen from chapter 1152. So now if we go to chapter 1157, we get introduced to the treasure of Hachinosu, which is Shaki, right? At the end of that chapter, there's a narrator box that says, what's a treasure if not something that's bound to be stolen? Which is right next to Rocks. Then in the next chapter, chapter 1158, Roger says a pirate's true calling is plundering and won't stop till the prize is claimed. Then, so if we go back to chapter 1145 in Loki's mini flashback with Rocks, he walks into Otter's bar and tells him if he could join his crew. Rocks declines him, said he doesn't care for brats like him. Then he stabs Loki, and what happened? Whitebeard tells him that he went too far, showing that Rocks is frustrated somehow, which I believe he's frustrated because he wants to save his family. So I believe he went there for Harold's treasure, which was declined from Harold because he clearly needed help, was declined from Harold. So I believe he went to Elbaf to steal that fruit. Then I believe he's going to eat it on God Valley and become, a false awakened zone. I don't know if you remember what I said, the thing from Impel Down. And like he's going to like somewhat like sacrifice himself, if that makes sense.
So you believe, like, when we talk about past events, right? 1150 or I guess 1160. You believe from that point on, Zebek left Hachinosu. He left Hachinosu, went to Elbaf, then went to God Valley. That's what you're saying?
So I believe after he had the meeting with Harold, we asked Harold for help. I believe after he fought him, he thinks he beat Harold, but he clearly didn't. He goes to Elbaf to take the fruit. Rock is the only person in the story that's interested in the fruit. And in Loki's flashback, mini flashback 1145, when he walks into Ada's bar, Rox only goes to Elbaf for Harold. Harold clearly wasn't there, so why is Rox is at Elbaf? I believe he's at there for Harold's treasure. He's the only person in the story that knows and is interested in the fruit. People think the Holy Knights or Emu stole the fruit, but that wouldn't make sense because they didn't know that Harold betrayed him in the present timeline. So there's no way they would know 14 years ago. So that wouldn't make sense. And Ross is clearly frustrated in the bar because he tells Whitebeard to shut up, and he stabs Loki, which is out of character of him. So I believe he went there to steal. It was off screen, stole the treasure. That's a stretch. You think it's a stretch?
No, I just want to be able to clarify and understand your position more.
And it took them 2 weeks. My bad. It took them 2. It was known that it took them 2 weeks to get to Elbaf as well.
Do you believe that Loki has a fruit?
Yeah, I believe he. So this is my theory. So I believe the forbidden fruit on Elbaf is not the Nika fruit. It's the fruit that Rock stole. But Harold had I believe he ripped his horn to get the fruit back from the government. Then how to explain it? So I believe Harold got the fruit back on God Valley, traded with the government, took his horns off, and later on, I believe that Loki had to kill his father to awaken the fruit. Because if you go back to Blackbeard, when Blackbeard was talking to Ace, he tells him that it was unlucky that Datch got the Yami no Mi, that the fruit was testing him to get the fruit from him, which I think mirrors the fruit on Elbaf, which we know that all Zoans got will they own, and that the test to awaken this fruit, that you gotta like sacrifice someone to awaken its true power. If you don't, then you just turn to the beast, the destroyer god beast, I guess.
Kind of like the shutting gun.
Yeah, because if you go back to Wano, when Luffy first awakened his fruit, Kaido asks him, "Who are you? Are you still Straw Hat?" As if he had seen something similar like that before. And Luffy, I'm assuming Luffy got the opposite fruit of whatever fruit's on Elbaf, and Rox really wanted the Nika fruit and want to give Harold the Destroyer fruit to take on Emu. If that makes sense. And Luffy had to prove to his fruit, then sacrifice himself to awaken his fruit, which is opposite of sacrifice the current user, to prove that the Destroyer fruit to awaken his power. And that's
okay. I got a better understanding. So because you're saying Loki does have a fruit, do you believe that Loki has the second fruit that Zebek was looking for, or is it a different fruit?
It's the same fruit, the same Harold's treasure. Harold got his fruit back on God Valley.
So, So you're saying that Zebek got it before Loki?
Yeah, Zebek stole it, ate it on God Valley. Harold goes to God Valley, finds out that he stole it when he goes back to Elbaf, seeing that Loki is stabbed on the ground, and he tries to get the fruit back. He knows the rules of the fruit, that because the fruit hasn't been eaten for we don't know how long. The fruit never been eaten. It's been passed down for centuries, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's unclear, but that doesn't affect your theory.
Yeah, but it's not eaten now. So I'm assuming it's a reason why it's not eaten and it's been passed down.
So, okay, let me make sure I understand this right. Harold has a fruit on Elbaf, correct, and Zebek is like, "Hey, I need 2 fruits. One of them's on Elbaf." So Zebek, this is all according to you. Zebek is interested in that fruit. Harold refuses to work with Zebek, so Zebek takes that fruit and he uses it on God Valley. He dies, and that fruit just basically returns back to Elbaf. Time passes. Loki gets that fruit. He eats it, and Harold's dead.
No. Okay, I believe I tried to lift it too. I believe Harold gets the fruit back on God Valley from the world government, and proves his loyalty by ripping off his own horns. That's how his horns get ripped off for the fruit. Then, how many years later, Harold eats the forbidden fruit. That's why the guards are stabbing him to tame him, for Loki could use Ragnar to finish off Harold. I'm assuming things got wrong. Ja Rule got crossfired, and Loki had to kill his father to awaken the fruit and not turn into the same beast Rox and Harold did. That's what I'm assuming.
It's very interesting. Because, I mean, they did add emphasis that he tore his horns off, so that makes me wonder, why would he take his horns off? There must be something interesting there. So you're trying to make use of that, right?
Yeah, that's why he ripped off his horns for the fruit. To prove that his loyalty, that he didn't give the fruit to Rox as he betrayed the government. So then he finds out the government just wants them as warriors, like Rox said, So he tricks Elbaf into a peaceful country for they wouldn't be used, and helps Loki unlock the true power of this fruit by sacrificing himself to Loki, for he go save the world, I guess.
Okay, hold on. I see a message here. B Dog says Zebek never took Harold's fruit. So the thing is, B Dog, is that both of you. Okay, well, technically speaking, B Dog and No Poppy, both of you guys would be. Both of you guys would be speaking from silence because you can't prove that Zebek didn't take the fruit because there's nothing in the plot so far that shows that he didn't. And No Poppy would be taking. He would be speaking from silence, but this is a theory. So it's kind of more so on you. You're kind of like shooting down Poppy's theory. I got to call you NO, bro. You're shooting down NO's theory, but in order to do so, you're speaking from silence because there's no panel so far that indicates that Zebek didn't grab the fruit.
We also did see him stab Loki in the flashback. And it took him 2 weeks to get to God Valley. We know that. It took him a while to get to God Valley. And Elbaf is closer to Hachinosu than Hachinosu all the way to West Blue.
So I want to just make sure we cover all the bases. Well, how long ago was the events of 1160? I think that was like 2 years before God Valley incident.
Damn,
I mean, sorry. Am I thinking? I'm thinking of 1159. Because I'm just trying to make sure that I understand exactly what it is, like each part of this. So, can you re-clarify when exactly did Zebek have the fruit in his hands?
When exactly? So after he fights Harold on the ship, I believe he goes to Elbaf to take his fruit. And 1145, and Loki, remember Loki's flashback in 1145 when he walks into Ada's bar to ask Rox to join his crew, and Rox says he did come all this way to pick him up until he doesn't want to repeat himself. Then Loki challenges him. Then Rox fights Loki by stabbing him. Whitebeard says he went too far, showing that Zebek is frustrated and tells him to shut up. So I believe he went there to steal his fruit because that's out of character of Rox. Now we know Rox's character. He doesn't get frustrated like that. That's the only time we see him frustrated, which is frustrated because his family's at God Valley about to get killed and he needs help, asking Harold for help, but got declined from Harold, so he's going to do it himself. Because Roger said that pirates' true calling is plundering and they won't stop until the prize is claimed.
Okay, I think I understand what you're saying. I don't think it's a reach. I'll say that much. I don't think it's a reach.
And we know that Garp and Roger had to team up for Zebek. So I believe they team up after Zebek eats the fruit and becomes the same beast that Harold turns into in 1152.
1152. Let me check that.
And there's also claw marks on the wall too when they walk in the castle, as if they was finding some type of beast as well. There's 3 claw marks. I believe that claw marks also mirrors Blackbeard, because I believe Blackbeard's gonna take the fruit next.
Yeah, the claw marks raises a good point. I have no idea where that would have came from. You just mentioned 1152. What was that point again?
Oh, the claw marks? Oh, dang.
Oh, that's what it was? I have 1152. No. I'm trying to remember why you mentioned it.
Yeah, 1152 is we see Harold stabbed by his guards. I believe there was 10 of them.
Right. Yeah. Well, I can at least say that it's not a reach. I don't think this is a reach. I don't know. I guess like the crux of this to me is Zebek grabbing the fruit. I think like that's the key thing here. I think if we could develop a stronger argumentation that he actually did go to Elbaf and grab the fruit, I think that would propel the theory.
Yeah, my only evidence is the 1145 when he went to Elbaf mad and like he stabbed Loki. I don't know why he would stab his best friend's son. Why would he do that? If they're not friends no more, that would make sense.
Wait, I'm gonna
Loki's last members of Rox.
I'm gonna pull up 1145. Did he know that Loki was the son of Harold?
Yeah, because Adabar was a Bilge. When he first met Loki, Loki tried to kill himself. Remember that? And that was outside.
Oh yeah, because 1145 was technically after. Okay.
And Rox only goes to Elbaf to see Harold, and Harold clearly wasn't there in the bar. Remember that?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And and he's mad, and that's out of character of Rox. Rox is only mad because he knows his family's in trouble and he needs help, asking Harold that he needs help. So he's gonna get his help himself by taking the fruit and taking down the world government by himself.
What would you say to someone that argued that Zebek stabs Loki in the bar because Loki challenged Zebek and Zebek had to sit him down?
No, that was out of character because Whitebeard said he didn't have to use a blade on him, and he tells Whitebeard to shut up. Clearly, he's mad.
So you would say that Zebek went and did it anyways later on.
Say it again?
So you would be arguing that Zebek went against Whitebeard's word and stabs Loki in the future anyways?
No, I believe Zebek is frustrated. He stabbing Loki is out of character for Zebek, I believe. And Whitebeard knows that and tells him that he went too far. At that point, I believe he went to go steal Harold's treasure because he know Harold's not there because he somewhat beat him on the government ship. Remember that? The ship that he had a meeting with? Tell him that he's Davy Clan.
Okay. Well, one more question that I have. I'm definitely understanding your theory. It's not a reach. I want to ask, do you know when exactly timeline-wise that Zebek mentioned that he needed the 2 fruits? Because I don't remember.
When he said that it's the beginning of Loki's flashback. When he said that, he said he needs Harold to eat the fruit. This is when him and Harold were still friends. That he wants Harold to join his crew when he asked for it. So that's when it was cool. But after they're not cool, he's just gonna take the fruit for himself. Since he don't know what the other fruit is, he know what one fruit is. He's the only person in the story that has interest in.
Yeah, because the reason why I'm asking is because I'm trying to make sure, like, when, like, timeline wise, right? Because Harold would have had, or I'm sorry, Zebek would have had to have said, "Hey, there's 2 fruits I need. One is on Elbaf," before he takes the fruit, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I want to double check, because you're saying that in 1145, when Loki walks into the bar and challenges Zebek, that is when Zebek took the fruit, correct?
Correct. That's before Loki's flashback actually started.
That's why I want to make sure, did Zebek speak about the fruit being on Elbaf before that, timeline-wise? Because I don't remember how many years ago it was when Zebek said, "Oh, we need 2 fruits, one's on Elbaf." Because if he said that after, then that would be a problem. But if he said that before, then it's not a problem.
Yeah, that was after, because that's before he met Loki, I believe. He met Loki after he tried to kill himself.
So, what you're saying that he was searching for the 2 fruits after the bar incident?
No, he knew the fruit was always at Elbaf. He wasn't going to steal the fruit because Harold was his friend. Since Harold's not his friend, he's going to steal the fruit then at the bar. Because I believe that timeline is after him and Harold had that drink about him being a Davy Clan.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I understand. I understand that, right? What I'm asking in particular is, in the dialogue when Zebek is saying, "Hey, I need 2 fruits. One is on Elbaf," I feel like that moment has to take place before the bar incident, because if it takes place after, then it's basically that Zebek took the fruit. Then he's like, "Hey, we need 2 fruits. One is on Elbaf." So it'd be like, wait, why would he say that if he took the fruit? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it was before. Yeah, I agree. It was before.
Okay. So that would be an important point. Okay. No, your theory's not a reach. I like it. It's not that bad. For me, I want stronger argumentation as to why, or as to how Zebek stole the fruit. Like, maybe stronger. I don't know. Maybe like there's a parallel or something like that would propel the theory more. I don't think there's holes in the theory. If you wrote down a proper timeline, I think that would really strengthen your theory, because, with the Loki flashback and Elbaf, it's hopping around all over the place, bro. Like, we see Loki as a teenager, then like, no, wait, he's a kid, then he's a teenager again. It can be very confusing. So I would suggest that, if you write this theory down or something, try to make like in-world timeline, like Loki's a baby, Zebek meets him, Loki's like 12 years old, Zebek stabs him in the bar, Zebek takes the fruit, like make like a in-world timeline, and I think like that would help. Yeah,
that makes sense. Everybody's saying Rox is getting done with reverse. I feel that's too predictable. Like, of course, like don't reverse is like the easy answer out. Like, I feel like gotta be some type of plot twist. I feel like him seeing the fruit is the perfect plot twist as well.
Yeah. So when we talk about things like that, right? I don't know if you're arguing against it. I'm just gonna kind of like say my piece. Because I've experienced this before. I don't think it's proper to say that something in One Piece won't happen just because it's predictable.
Yeah,
because many things in One Piece happen that are predictable and no one really cares. Like no one's really surprised. Like that doesn't really matter. What matters most is like, does this work for the plot? Is this foreshadowed? Does this complete the narrative? You know, does this tie in or tie up loose ends? So regarding Zebek being dummy reverse feed, I don't know if it's that obvious. Even then.
Yeah, you understand that.
Hold on. Life Bearer has a question before you go. Life Bearer asks, why should Zebek take the fruit from Elbaf if he says that it will only work with Harold?
Because he knows that if you eat the fruit, because Harold's the only person I assume that knows how to actually awaken the fruit. So that's why he said Harold, since it's his treasure and his fruit, and it's passed down from families. And Loki was prophesied to kill his father before he was even born for some reason. And not even what's his name? His brother. And his brother was an outcast, so it wouldn't make sense. So I'm assuming that there's like some type of text telling us how to awaken the fruit. That's what I'm assuming. That's why he said, Harold.
No, but I think like his question is like, if you're saying that Zebek took the fruit, why would he take it if it's meant for Harold?
Yeah, I was saying because Zebek knows that if he eats the fruit, he's not going to awaken it. He said only Harold can awaken his true power. Assuming that Harold knows how to awaken a fruit. He doesn't know fully. I'm assuming he doesn't know fully how to. With that text, it's showing that it's some type of awakening with this fruit that's wrong with it. And only Harold knows how to deal with it and not rocks.
So are you saying that Zebek gave up and he's like, whatever, I'll take it?
No. So every fruit got a will of its own. I said that the proof of this fruit that you gotta kill the current user, Mirror and Blackberry. He had to kill Thatch, and he told Ace that the fruit was testing him. I'm assuming that's supposed to mirror this fruit right here, this forbidden fruit. If you eat it, you're gonna turn to this beast if you don't kill it. That makes sense. So you gotta prove to this fruit why you should awaken this power by killing the current user of it.
So wait,
also you just return to this beast.
So you think you're saying that Harold had the fruit, like Harold ate the fruit?
Yeah, when he's getting stabbed, when he's getting stabbed in 152, he ate the fruit. That's why there's a whole bunch of claw marks and the whole building is destroyed. Like the beast destroyed God Valley, it destroyed the inside of this building, what they kept emphasizing. And Loki had to use Ragnar. That's why he was trained his whole life to use a hammer, to use Ragnar to finish off this beast, because the Ragnar is to kill this monster, if that makes sense.
Okay, hold on. Two things. Life Bearer says, let's say Zebek took the fruit and died on God Valley. How did the fruit return to Elbaf? I think that isn't really the biggest obstacle. I think that it could have made its way back to Elbaf given the amount of characters on that island. But I think like the bigger thing is like, for some reason it like slips my mind that the argumentation is that Harold ate the fruit. That adds a whole new layer to the theory. I was under the impression that Harold didn't really want to eat the fruit.
He only ate the fruit for Loki could kill him to awaken the fruit. That's what I believe. That's what Loki and the guards had to go into battle with this monster to kill it. Assuming.
Okay, it's an interesting theory, bro. I don't think it's a reach. I think honestly, because there's so much material to work with, you could probably sharpen up the argumentation and make a timeline and stuff like that. I don't think it's a reach. You should definitely continue developing it, bro.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all I gotta say then.
All right, man. I thank you for being here, bro. Honestly, thank you. God bless you, bro.
All right, bless you too. All right, I got you.
All right, take care, bro. Very interesting take. Very interesting. It's way better than a lot of other theories that we hear. King J with the hundo. Thank you, brother. God bless. Chat. We've been going on for over 2 hours now. Not sure how much longer we got, okay? Thank you so much, King J. God bless you, man. It's funny Oda named the cause of the large gaping hole in Eni's lobby and Lelucia a weapon named Uranus. Dude. King J, I used to think you were mature. Also, Emu's Mark of the Abyss equals... okay. Chat, don't Google what that is. Whatever you do, don't Google that phrase. Even though people literally do it. And they hate Christ. Wong Woki with the 10. Thank you, brother. God bless, man. Just so you know, bro, me and you are going to have to cook Simon, RBBP, and L for these memes, dog. I keep getting dragged in their memes at you. We must destroy it. We're going to have to destroy it. We need more people in the meme war on our side. Like, what is Simon, RBBP, and L thinking? They can't launch a war of 1,000 nations versus 2 people. World War II all over again. Which, by the way, if they do that, you know which side that makes them, right? You know what side that makes them, right? Who do you think that makes them? If they got to get the whole entire evil community, the whole One Piece Discord community to go make memes about me and Smokey. Chat, I'm enlisting new soldiers. If anyone here is good at making memes, whether it's pictures or videos, join us. Meme War 2 is going to launch. It's going to start here very soon. I'm looking for soldiers to join in the meme war. We need to demolish Simon, L, and RBBP for their garbage. Viswa, I just now saw your Discord DMs. He said, bro, John chapter 5 is on a whole new level. All glory to the God is one of the best I ever read. I'm assuming that's what you wanted me to look at, Viswa. Is that what you wanted me to look at? Shout out to Viswa. Gospel of John is spectacular. Thank God that we have the New Testament. Thank God that we have those manuscripts and those epistles detailing that our God, Lord Christ Jesus, loves us so much that he came down to suffer for us and save us. L with the 10 gifted memberships, baby. And he follows that up with a $10 super. Thank you, chat. I don't deserve this community. I really don't, bro. From all the amazing chatters that are always posting things in the chat, making memes, posting theories, hot takes, from the people always donating and super chatting, to the new people coming through and subscribing, to all of us bullying each other and debating, but still letting it go and just having fun and just loving each other. Chat, I don't deserve this community. All of you make it possible. I can't thank you guys enough. I'm tremendously ever grateful for people like L, people like Pablo, people like Viswa, tremendously SL, God bless him, Dawn of Ascension, King J, Johan, Jin Marks, God bless you. Thank you so much, Jin Marks, Eric, Smokey, Vincent. Like, we could just go on all day long. Lucas, just One Piece TCG, Real Blackbeard Propagandist. We could go on all day long, just name after name after name after name of just amazing, incredible people, wordplay. I thank you guys tremendously. Life Bear, I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. You guys make this so much fun for me. You guys make this possible. And you guys are very patient. You guys are very loving, very understanding. I don't deserve this community. Thank you guys so much. Chat, as much as I want to continue, this stream has been going on for 2 hours and 7 minutes, okay? I don't know how much more time we got. I don't know how much more time. It is also 1 a.m. I got to go to Mass tomorrow, guys. I got to go to Mass. We got Mass in the morning. I'm excited. Can't wait to go give the day to the Lord. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be beautiful. I go to the traditional Latin Mass. It's all in Latin. The singing and the chants is just out of this world. It's absolutely incredible. I am not leaving for my vacation tonight. I'm leaving for my vacation later this week. I'm going to Japan, guys. But I'm excited for Mass tomorrow. Just great, giving all my focus and love to Jesus. 20 gifted memberships. This is what I mean, guys. We don't deserve people like King J. We don't deserve people like Smokey. We don't deserve people like L. We don't deserve people like Simon. Thank you so much. If you guys got gifted a membership today, regardless from of whoever gave it to you, make sure you guys thank them, guys. Gifting memberships is not free, in case you guys don't realize that. It costs money to gift memberships, and now you guys have exclusive access to to emojis in the chat. You guys can use a new exclusive emojis in the chat. There should be like an emoji button. Thank you tremendously, King J. Love you, brother. You've been the most amazing, absolute greatest friend that I've had from One Piece for, 5 years now. For such a long time, King J. You're amazing, brother. Hey, King J, once in a while we have our disagreements. Once in a while we butt heads, but nothing will break our brotherhood. I pray for you, man. King J, I pray that you grow in humility. I pray that you grow in love and patience. I pray that you grow in forgiveness. I always pray that you grow as a man and you grow closer to God, and you sin less, and you become a better person, a better father, a better husband, a better leader, and all the future that is being held for you, man. Always praying for you, bro. I want to see you win in all ways, bro. And look at that, Simon with the 5 gifted. Yo, it's membership city, man. Membership city, just endless memberships everywhere. If you guys got gifted a membership, drop a thank you to people like Simon. Drop a thank you to people like L. Drop a thank you to people like King J. Probably others. So many memberships. Thank you so much, chat. Thank you. Anant, welcome back, brother. God bless. Zedeko says, I hope the man marked by flames is the lurking legend. And by that, I mean Davy D. Jones. I don't know, man. Davy Jones still being alive would be wild. I know it's chat. It's actually kind of funny. I know that we're all stuck in the what do you call it? We're all stuck in the habit of calling him Marshall D. Teach. But guys, you guys got to realize his name is Davy D. Teach. I feel like you guys are forgetting that. I saw people in the chat earlier. They were saying Marshall D. Teach, Marshall D. Teach. Did you guys forget he's Davy D. Teach? Such an awesome development. I feel like, again, because we have such a habit of calling him Marshall D. Teach, that like we forget Blackbeard is literally a Davy clan member. His name is Davy D. Teach. I mean, that would be true, right? Because like, do we call Ace Gold D. Ace, or are we just gonna call him Porgus D. Ace? Maybe the One Piece Wiki's just gonna keep it as Marshall D. Teach. Chat, should we call him Marshall D. Teach, or should we call him Davy D. Teach? Because, I mean, in a sense, like, that's like his name, like Porgus D. Ace, but in another way, it's like they hid their names, Davy D. Mid, bro, come on now, brother. What are you on about? Chat, it is 1:12 a.m. I would love to continue the open mic, but guys, it's a little too late, man. Chat, can I sneak in another open mic stream this week? One more open mic stream? Man, it sucks because, guys, I'm heading out of the country for vacation this week, but this week is a chapter week. Huh? All right, chat. Are you guys down for a back-to-back open mic stream? Are you guys down for an open mic tomorrow? If you guys are down, hit the notification bell, guys. I can't stress this enough. I tell you guys every stream, if you hit the noti bell, you guys will get a notification. You'll get a ping as to when I'm live. And if you guys get a ping as to when I'm live, you won't miss content. You won't miss open mics. So maybe tomorrow we'll do another open mic. Are you guys down? Let me get some answers in the chat. If I don't see enough people saying yes, we won't do it. I don't want to see just one guy, just one dude in the chat saying yes. I need to see multiple people. If you guys want an open mic stream tomorrow, we'll bring in new callers because I see Vincent in the backstage. I see Wordplay backstage. We'll get the people that didn't make it in this round. We'll get them into the next open mic. What do you guys think, chat? We could do an open mic tomorrow. We could do short summary spoilers on Tuesday. And I don't know if I could do a long summary spoilers on Thursday because I'm flying out Thursday. All right. I see some people saying yes. We get hints tomorrow. Hint stream. Do open mic tomorrow. Won't be able to make it. God bless TCG. Thank you. Going to Nepal with the flag. Hey, that'd be sick. I'm not doing that, but that'd be great. That'd be cool. So, yeah, guys, we'll do an open mic tomorrow. I'll try my best to do an open mic tomorrow. We'll get new callers. We'll get new faces. Hopefully, Vincent is available. Hopefully, Wordplay is available. I want to get all the people that weren't able to join in this stream to be in the next open mic tomorrow. What do you guys think, chat? Good? We'll wrap this up here, guys. Thank you so much for being here. God bless every single one of you. Tremendous, uber, insane thank you to L with the $2 super chat saying, stop being scared of Discord. I'll pull up Discord before we end right here. Thank you to people like L donating, Simon, King J, Smokey, and others. Everyone in the chat. You guys are beautiful, amazing people. Thank you for making this possible. I am so grateful. And I also need some soldiers for the meme war, guys. I need some soldiers for the meme war. I need people to defend me in battle. Because right now, L, RBBP, and Simon are launching meme war against me. And it's not looking very good. L meeting up with the higher-ups to get L Elucia. Or Evil meeting up with the higher-ups to get L Elucia. The Hall of Power, Pangea Castle. What do you want? Why would you come all this way? This is the Reverie. Given your standing, you should have nothing to do with politics. We only arrange this time on your request, and I appreciate that. You got whoever this is, Google, Netanyahu. I'm not calling him a name, and YouTube. I appreciate that. Then let's hear what you have to say, guards. Leave us. Yes, sir. Shalom. There's a Goyim and
What the hell?
dude, brother, that is not funny. What is wrong with you, man? Shalom. There's a Goyim I need to talk to you about. I would never utter such words from my lips. From my precious lips, dude. What the hell? Oh, I know what this is. I can't play this on stream because YouTube is so gay. This is funny, though, King J. This is hilarious. Not funny, L. Not funny, man. Smokey, me, and I don't even know who. Dude. That's actually devious. You put Smokey's face there. Foxy, and then I think that guy's name was Burger or something like that. Bro, that is foul. Yo, look at L right here. Look at L. Look at L. Look at L. Man, I got to save you guys again. It's a miracle you aren't dead from St. Simon and St. L. RBBP saving me and Smokey. Yo, RBBP, if you're going to make this meme, why are you going against us in the meme war? That makes no sense, bro. If you're going to make this meme, RBBP, and you're going to save us, you need to be on our side in the meme war. Don't side with L and Simon, those scumbags. Roxy Zabek, Netanyahu, and me. Dude, bro. Bro. What is this trash, man? And then he puts the Israeli flag. Oh, my goodness, dude. Not funny, man. Not funny. And this is just foul. The O'Hara Defender Classic. Marijoa is our greatest ally. Good goy. Oy vey, St. Eddie, you're the greatest. Then what does he do? Yup, another Marijoan Classic. Fact check status true. Really? Really? All right, chat. We're going to wrap this up here. Thank you so much for being here. God bless each and every one of you. I wish everyone here a beautiful morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. O my Jesus, forgive us our sins, save us from the fires of hell, lead all souls into heaven, especially those in most need of thy mercy. Amen.
If the world hates you, just remember that it has hated me first. If you belong to the world, then the world would love you as its own. But I chose you from this world, and you do not belong to it. That is why the world hates you. Whoever hates me, hates my Father also. They would not have been guilty of sin if I had not done among them the things that no one else has done. As it is, they have seen what I did, and they hate both me and my Father. They hated me for no reason at all.